5.5 goals in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Wednesday's NHL and MLB action. But before we get into some more of that, just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my operating website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. A lot of great content there on that website. So if you want more Brock Page, go to patreon.com/BrockPage. Let's get into a couple NHL shout outs real quick. Got to say hello to Dennis Floyd, Matt May, Smooth Godwin, and Paul Lopez. Shout outs to you guys for commenting in our last NHL pick video. And with that said, let's go ahead and move on to Major League Baseball. All starts Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and begin with the Pirates taking on the Reds, 12:35 Eastern first pitch in Cincinnati. The Reds open $1.55 total at 10.5, and since those markets open this one up, we're seeing a nickel fade of the Reds and movement downward on the total, -150 and 10 flat. Once again, the Reds open $1.55 down to -150. Total open 10.5 down to 10 flat. 56% of the consensus is leaning toward the Reds, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now, Pittsburgh is +140 on the money line. The Reds +$1.25 on the run line. We have Steve Bro for Pittsburgh, Anthony DeSclafani for the Reds. Steve Bro comes into this matchup with a 7.10 ERA for Pittsburgh. The Pirates have also dropped 5 out of their last 6 games. They rank 25th in scoring. Now Cincinnati on the other side, they are 3rd in runs allowed. They're also posting a win percentage of .778 in their games played at the current market price. Now total-wise, Cincinnati is 10-4 to the under, taking on teams between .460 and .540. That's a win percentage, of course. So with all that in mind, pretty chalky lean on the sides. Give me Cincinnati -150 and the under 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, Padres, Yankees. 1:05 Eastern first pitch at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees open $1.30 total at 9. Nickel move toward the Yankees and movement downward on the total. -135 and 8.5. Once again, New York open $1.30 up to -135. Total open 9 down to 8.5. 65% are leaning Yankees, 53% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Padres are +125 on the money line. Yankees +150 on the run line. We have Paddock for the Padres, Paxton for the Yankees. Paddock's 4-2 with a 1.93 ERA for San Diego. Paxton not too bad himself, 3-2 with a 3.11 ERA for the Yankees. But just keep in mind the Padres are 6-2 in their last 8. They're also 2nd in walks allowed. No free passes by this Padres squad. Now the Yankees on the other side, losers in 2 out of their last 3. They also rank 21st in home hits. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 19-10 to the under at home. Give me the Padres +1.5 and the under 8.5 in that matchup. Next game, Angels. Athletics, 337 Oakland. Good old-fashioned flip of the lines in this one. The Angels opened as the $1.05 underdogs. Total at 9.5, and since those markets opened this one up, we saw a 15-cent move toward Los Angeles and movement downward on the total, -110 and 9 flat. Once again, Los Angeles open +105, now -110. Total open 9.5 down to 9 flat. 66% are leaning Oakland, 67% shaded toward the Angels. So once again, 66% shaded toward Oakland, 67% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Athletics are +105 on the money line. We have Griffin Canning for the Angels, Daniel Mengden for the A's. Mengden's 1-1 with a 3.31 ERA. Griffin Canning for the Angels, 2-1 with a 3.42 ERA for Los Angeles. Oakland's 18-11 straight up at home, 10-1 in their last 11. The Angels on the other side, winners in just 3 out of their last 9. They've also won just 10 out of their last 25 away from home. They rank 26th in striking batters out away from home. When it comes to the scoring, Oakland's 3-0 to the under when Mengden makes the start. They're also 5-1 to the under, taking on this Angels squad this year. I'm going to lean toward the home dog. Give me Oakland plus $1 in the under 9 runs in that game. Excuse me. Next matchup. Texas taking on the Mariners, 3:40 Eastern first pitch in Seattle. The Mariners open $1.20, total 9.5. Nickel move toward the Mariners and movement upward on the total. Minus 125 and 10 flat. Once again, the Mariners open $1.20 up to minus 125. Total open 9.5 up to 10 flat. 62% are leaning Mariners, 81% shaded toward the over. Right now, Texas is plus $1.15 on the money line. Seattle plus 145 on the run line. We have Smiley for Texas. Wade LeBlanc for Seattle. LeBlanc comes into tonight's game, this evening's game, this afternoon's game, really, if you think about it. But anyway, LeBlanc comes into this afternoon's game with a 2.2 ERA, 7.33. Let's try that again. Wade LeBlanc comes into this afternoon's game with a 2-2 record and a 7.33 ERA. Seattle's dropped 7 out of their last 8. Now Texas on the other side, second in scoring, 5-3 taking on Seattle this year. When it comes to the total, Seattle's 78% to the over at home when the line was 9 or higher. Give me the Rangers plus 1.5 and the over 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, Indians, Red Sox. 6:10 Eastern first pitch in Boston. The Red Sox open $1.35, total 9.5. 20-cent fade of the Red Sox. And movement downward on the total. Minus 115 and 9 flat. Once again, Boston open $1.35 down to minus 115. Total open 9.5 down to 9 flat. 55% are leaning Cleveland. 53% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Indians are plus 105 on the money line. Boston plus $1.60 on the run line. We have Shane Bieber for the Indians, Weber for Boston. Now Shane Bieber's 3-2 with a 3.11 ERA for Cleveland. The Indians are also 7-3 straight up when Bieber makes the start. Now Boston on the other side, they're winning just 42% of their games, played at the current market price. They're also 28th in walks allowed at home. Now, total-wise, Cleveland is 10-5 to the under in their last 15 on the road. Give me the Indians plus 1.5 and the under 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Tigers, Orioles, 7:05 Baltimore, Inner Harbor, Camden Yards. The Orioles open $1.45, total at 9, 15-cent fade of the O's, and movement upward on the total. Now minus 130 and 9.5. Once again, Baltimore open $1.45 down to minus 130. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 60% are leaning Baltimore, 84% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Tigers are plus 120 on the money line. Baltimore plus 140 on the run line. We have Carpenter for the Tigers. John Means for Baltimore. I like the equity on the Tigers here. I'm also going to kind of cut into that equity and hedge a little bit. Give me the Tigers plus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, Cardinals, Phillies, 7:05 South Philly. The Phillies open $1.60, total 9.5. Nickel move toward the Phils and big movement upward, up to 10.5. Once again, the Fightins open 160 up to minus 165. Total open 9.5 up to 10.5. 56% are leaning Phillies, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now the Cardinals are plus 155 on the money line. Philadelphia plus $1.10 on the run line. We have Cabrera making his first start for the Cardinals. Nola slated on the bump for the Phils. Nola comes into this matchup with a perfect 5-0 record. Phillies also 8th in home scoring, 5th in home walks. St. Louis 23rd in road runs allowed. When it comes to the total, St. Louis is 80% to the under in their last 5, 5-1 to the under in their last 6 on the road. Give me Philadelphia minus 165 and the under 10.5 in that game.